Hi, this is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and today we're going for a ride and a chat. So today, kind of what's on my mind is I was talking to a client, went out to her house to do a house cleanse and that sort of thing, and as we were talking, one of the things that, like, as we're talking about relationships and the energy of relationships, we kind of realized, like, she really had, she thought she was really good at relationships, and then she realized, like, wait, I'm not as good at this as I really thought I was. And I said, that's kind of the energy of it, is a lot of times, like, we think that it's not us. We think it's always the other person. And we always usually think that it's like, if they change the way they're acting or reacting or doing this or doing that, or if they do this better, or if they help with this or do this. And a lot of times it's not necessarily them, it's us. So if we're getting the wrong reaction from someone else, what we need to do is we need to change what we're doing so we do get the right reaction, the correct reaction that we're expecting to have. And a lot of times, people who tell me this, they're like, it's them. No. Have you ever pointed your finger at somebody? Let's just talk about this. If you point your finger at me and I'm pointing my finger at you, so we each have one finger at each other, but we have 3 fingers back at ourselves. So it's probably 3 times more likely that it's us than instead of them. So when you go, it's them, really it's you. And that's a very important thing to kind of realize, because it's one of those, like, if we change how we're reacting or what's triggering us or how we deal with what's triggering us, it changes everything else. And that's kind of the fun, cool part, is when you change how you're reacting. And sometimes that can be a touch or go situation. Sometimes people are only reacting that way because that's the way they were raised, or that's the way they dealt with things most of their lives. And it doesn't mean you can't change. It just means, like, you may change and, like, wow, I did this really, really well. And then the next time you go back to it and you're like, ugh. And I'm like, don't beat yourself up. You're learning something new. And so the next time this happens, you're going to, like, think about it, and you're going to be like, yes, this is the way I want to react to this. This is the way I want this energy to come in. This is the way I want to deal with this person, or this is the way I want them to speak to me, or whatever it is. Yes, I'm going to do it so much better each time. And it's a learning curve. Like I said, you're not going to do it perfectly the first time, but you're learning each time. And sometimes we're more triggered in a situation than others. So it's kind of like, okay, we're more triggered, so maybe you didn't do as well this time, but next time you're going to do better. And the more you keep working on, like, I'm a work in progress. I'm doing this easier than I was before. I'm changing like, my life. I'm changing how I'm reacting to this. I'm changing how I ask for things. I'm changing and upgrading all of that energy with me, and therefore everybody else in the situations with you, they have to change because you've changed. You changed, therefore they have to change. You're not doing it the same way. So that's kind of one of those totally interesting energies that most people don't understand, of, like, you change and they're going to change. And once you do, and once you start changing, it kind of gets like, what else can I change? What else can I upgrade in all of this? What else can I do to make my life easier or less triggered? How can I do this, or how can I do that? That's kind of the fun part of it. You get to kind of, like, okay, I did this, I changed a few things, we got a different reaction, which is yay. And then sometimes they'll go back to reacting the same way, and it's like, okay, they're learning. Just like I went through my learning curve, they're going through their learning curve of this. And now we're going to change how we react to each other. And that can be amazing energy. Amazing. Totally amazing. And really help us move forward in our energy. Really help us learn how to fix and adjust our energy, and not be so in our trigger sometimes, because that's sometimes what it is, and react differently. It's amazing when we learn and do things differently. I thank you so much for joining me today, and I know that we'll be talking again soon.